brothers. We then went into a Eddie Kingston family promo. I mean, I don't know, are they the family, Eddie Kingston family? I'm calling them the Eddie Kingston family. We find out here that next week we will finally get the Eddie Kingston versus Lance Archer match that has been teased since the last AEW pay-per-view. So that's months and months and months ago. This is, again, more long-term storytelling. I love it. They've set something up a long time ago, and then when they needed a match to fill something in, that they need something with a bit of story behind it, they can pull it out. And this is exactly what they've done here. It's not rocket science, and they're just doing it really well. So Eddie's cutting one of his usual really good promos. For some reason, and I have no idea how they did this, but look at the pack. Look at Butcher. For some reason, he looked like a foot shorter than usual. And, I mean, he just looked small. How did they do that? Now, this might just be one of those things where people look bigger on TV, and it might just be that Eddie Kingston is actually a lot taller than the Butcher. If so, it blows my mind. It's like when I first met Colt Cabana. I've met him a few times in a backstage scenario. I don't know him in any way. He doesn't know me. He wouldn't know me, so we'll just get that out of the way. But I have met him a few times in backstage wrestling situations. And before I met Colt in person, I was sure he was like 6'5". I was positive he would be, because I'm 5'11", just 6 foot on a good day. I thought he would be much taller than me. I thought Colt Cabana would be about 6'5". Then I met him, and it turns out he's just exactly the same height as me, maybe an inch shorter. I was like, what? So it's always interested me how tall people actually are in real life compared to me as they are on TV. And the Butcher, I always had him down as a really tall guy, but this, it made him look really small, and it just blew my mind. I mean, another side thought here on the Butcher, and the Blade to a degree. I love that the Butcher and the Blade have like 3 or 4 different looks, and I'm not talking just different coloured gear, different pattern gear, but they have different looks. Like, for instance, when they first came in, we had the Butcher and Blade S&M look. You know, they were all wearing leather. Blade had the weird gimpy mask sort of thing on, and they looked really rough, leathery brutes. Then we've got the "we're actually a butcher," I call it the "we are actually butchers and we are at work" gimmick, where they wear like overalls and they look like they're just at work, and they've came on their break to fight a wrestling match, and then they're going to go back in. Got aprons and stuff like that. Then we've got this, like, today's look. It's the weird, I would say, the weird meta out of gimmick look, gang culture look, with the bandanas and stuff like that on. No one else does this. Why? There's no reason why no one else can do this with looks and stuff. I mean, obviously it's good for people to have a look, but I mean, no one else does this. I would love to see it. We need more looks in wrestling, you know? Like, why don't we get Mox in a smoking jacket, you know? We've seen the picture of Mox smoking a fag after a match. Why don't we get Mox in a smoking jacket with a pipe? Or how about Shida in a Burgess jacket and some waterproof boots? You know, her rambling look, ready to take on Ben Nevis. Why not? Or maybe even Cody in his "I run 20 kilometers for breakfast" look, you know, with like a vest and a pair of those really little running shorts. Sweatband. Looks. Let's have more looks in wrestling. Okay, that was a bit of a tangent. So anyway, Lance Archer and Jake explodes into this interview. Lance, of course, shouts, "Everyone dies." Now, Archer has grown on me. When he first came into AEW, and even when he first started in like New Japan, I was never a big fan. Nothing against his work. I was just never a big fan. I'm not a big fan of big guys that just throw people about. But Archer has grown on me. I really like his character. I think him as a person's grown on me. I don't know why. I don't know what it is, but it is growing on me. He comes in and he shouts out, "Everyone dies." And I was like, yeah, everyone dies. And then he kind of just walks off. But then, like, Jake starts getting into it with Eddie, which is great. At one point, Jake's just fuming, started getting in Eddie's face, and he's like squaring up to him, calls him a chicken shit. It's like great. It's almost flipped round to where Archer's got to drag Jake away because Jake's the one causing trouble. It was a great little interview segment. I thought it was great. I found way too much amusement in this little segment than I should have done for what it was. But yeah, mainly the Butcher and the Blade's looks. I love this. I love I love that they've got looks. I mean, what next? Are we going to get Spaceman, Butcher, and Blade? That would be good.